1 minute. Now the message will appear.
Fine.
You can start.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Abid sir. Namaskar. Dear friends, today Abid sir is going to share his wisdom and he is going to do meditation also. We have to do meditation with Abid sir. Abid sir is a drilling engineer in oil and gas industry in Pakistan. He is associated with PSSM since August 2020 with lot of introspection through meditation, reading and Sajjan Sagatya. He realized that moksha is in engaging with the world and not in escaping from it. He enjoys singing and listening to Indian subcontinental classical music. So here Abid sir is with us. Welcome Abid sir. Welcome.
Thank you, Ramaji and team. Namaskar, and thank you for inviting me. So today we are here. We will be starting with some meditation, 30 minutes of meditation. And then today I have to share some experiences and learnings that I have had in my life with love and forgiveness. So once we are done with the meditation, we will move ahead to the knowledge sharing. So it's already 6 minutes past 11. Let us start the meditation. I will play the music. Okay. So for meditation, choose a comfortable spot to sit. You can also sit on the ground. You can also sit on a sofa or on a chair. If you are sitting on the ground, cross your legs together. If you are sitting on a chair and your legs are hanging, you may put one leg over the other. Once your legs are crossed, interlace your fingers into one another and put them on your lap. Once we have made a circuit with our legs and our hands, we finally go ahead and close our eyes. We are wearing spectacles. We need to remove them because there is no need for spectacles to look inside. There is no right posture for meditation. We need to sit in Sukha Asana, a very comfortable pose. We do not have to put our body in any pressure or pain. Today we are going to do Anapanasati Meditation. This concept of this meditation has been given to us by Gautam Buddha. An means in breath, apan means out breath, sati means to be with. So Anapanasati means to be with our incoming and outgoing breath. a little. Take your toes. Move your neck from left to right. As you prepare to come back. Last 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1, 0. Now unclasp your hands and put them on your eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And behind the hands, gently open your eyes. And whenever you are ready, remove your hands. Come back. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome back. So today I want to share some of my Ramaji. Can I continue?
Yeah, please, sir. Very
Okay.
good meditation. Thank you for deep meditation.
Thank you. Great. So I will go ahead and share something. So lately I've been reading about a lot about the 7 energy sectors, centers, the chakras, and one chakra that has been of very much importance currently in my life is the heart chakra. And the two basic and very important issues of the heart chakra are love and forgiveness. So I would go ahead. I will keep this sharing very simple because it's a very important topic, and I think we make it a little too complex. So love is actually, as we spoke, the issue of the heart chakra. The heart chakra is the fourth chakra from the base of our spine, and it is right in the center near the heart. So what happens in heart chakra is before the heart chakra, our heart chakra is developed, the fourth chakra, the third chakra develops. The third chakra is the solar plexus, and it deals with our identity and our ego. So when we move from the third chakra, the ego identity chakra, to the heart chakra, what happens is we open up and we expand. If we take an example of falling in love with someone, if we love someone, what happens is that now there are two people involved and there are two identities involved. And in a relationship, we are not only an individual and we do not only think about us, we also think about the other person, the positive and the negative, what we like, what we dislike about them. At the same time, what it brings out in us. Do we accept ourselves, or do we hide some portions of ourselves from the other person? So to the when we come to love someone, we realize that it is not just me, it's us now. And when we talk about love, love is basically um, an agent that creates expansion, an agent that helps us understand what goes on with the other person and with the other people in life, not only in our romantic relationships, but in our relationships with any other person that we meet, with our family, with our colleagues, with any other person that we see or meet randomly also. And very importantly, the relationship with our own selves. So, when we fall in love, we are suddenly stripped out of our defenses. We feel a little defenseless because we come out of our own identity boundaries, own comfort zones into understanding other people in what and however they do. Our self centered habits are lifted, and we get into a very enlarged view that is greater than ourselves. Also, when we fall in love with someone, when we are in a relationship with someone, anybody, then it also raises our hidden parts. It also brings our hidden parts, the shadow parts, to surface. And that is the thing with shadow parts. The shadow parts are usually kept hidden, and the shadow parts are usually not seen. But when they surface, there is a need for acceptance, and creates the groundwork for love. So, loving acceptance of another person, it allows their rejected parts or our rejected parts of our own psyche to be accepted and emerge safely. When we love another person the way they are, and we accept the other person with whatever flaws or with whatever positive attributes, the likes and dislikes they have, then we also allow ourselves and our shadow parts to reveal easily. It's a beautiful thing that I'm going to read now is that in the accepting arms of our beloved, our shadow parts can come into consciousness. So when love is lost, what happens? When love is lost, we get into the pain and we are thrown back into the past. We come to a very vulnerable state. It's a very childlike, vulnerable state that we get into. The pain reminds us of the past, reminds us of things that happened, that might have happened in the past, the ways we might have hurt, our heart chakra might have been harmed in the past. So, when our love is lost, we are forced to confront and heal our pain in order to go on. When love is lost, we do not only lose our lover, we lose ourselves as well. And when we lose ourselves or the loved one, grief settles in. It's a very organic process to grieve. What happens is usually this part of grief is lost, and we do not allow ourselves to stay vulnerable, to stay hurt, and to feel the pain. And when we do not do that, the grief is not addressed, our heart shuts down, it becomes cold, it creates a boundary around itself. The heart chakra gets blocked. And when the heart chakra gets blocked, our heart feels heavy and it becomes hard to breathe. So, in case if we feel heaviness in our hearts, if we feel difficulty in breathing openly, we might as well sit with ourselves and ask ourselves if something is hurting us, if we are in pain. So, the first part for healing is to acknowledge the grief, to shed some tears, to feel the pain. And when the tears are shed and our pain and the true truth inside is expressed, then the heart feels light. Then only healing can occur. And then only we can expand into the consciousness of love. Speaking about forgiveness. So, why do we need forgiveness? What is the need? Why does why do we come to a point where we have to forgive? So, for forgiveness, something has to happen before. Something has to hurt before. Mm, and maybe someone else does something that hurts us and harms our heart. And maybe we do something that hurts the other person and harms their heart. So when the heart it gets injured by an action or a word or anything, what we tend to do is to protect it from the source that caused harm to us. And when we tend to protect it, what we do, what we are actually doing is we are not looking at the pain that caused, but we are looking at the cause of the pain. And we are immediately shutting down to minimize or reduce further damage that can cause from that source which caused harm. And in order to do so, what we do is we blame others, and we put blame on the circumstances, the people, the situations, and everything. And we also tend to forget if we may have put a part in that scenario, in that situation. So we lose the sight of that. Like grief, which blocks love, um, here also, when the heart gets injured, um, what we do is we do not look at the pain that was caused. If we are hurt, we we become vulnerable, and when we are in pain and we feel we are helpless and somebody else caused this disturbance inside us which is not in our control, we feel vulnerable because things are now not in our control, and it's hard to feel vulnerable. It hard to stay in pain, while that exactly is the part of the process. That pain, that vulnerability, that being out of control is the space one needs to be, rather than putting um, become finding comfort, or rather than healing it all of a sudden. So as we blame others, we also blame ourselves at times, and we regret some things that we did. And when we start regretting and when we start blaming ourselves, what happens is, well, what we may be blaming ourselves for may be true. Maybe I did something and I'm blaming myself for it. Something has happened, something wrong happened because of a decision that I made was not wrong. And that is the right thing to do. But when we start blaming ourselves for it and we stay stuck with the blame, what we are doing is that we are staying stuck in the event that happened in the past, and we are stuck in the pattern of the shame. We are constantly shaming ourselves and blaming ourselves, and that is it. We are stuck in the event. What happened? Yes, we did something wrong, but at the same time, we need to move on and uh, remove all blame so that we can understand what happened and we can analyze the situation and we can learn from it and try not to do it again. So, what blame does is it blinds us from the lessons to be learned from what happened. Now, in that, what forgiveness does, it allows the heart to soften and we can move on. We can learn from the experience and we can move on. And always, the first step is to forgive ourselves. Now, forgiveness does not mean to forgive immediately and move on. When some harm or hurt has happened, the damage is created. It's like getting a bruise, getting a cut on the hand, a wound on any part of the body. It takes time to heal. There is pain involved. It hurts for a longer time. However deep the cut is, it will hurt for that much long time. I cannot immediately heal the wound that has happened. So whenever a damage has occurred, whenever I have done something that has offended someone else or hurt someone else, or whenever other person has said something or hurt me, an immediate sorry cannot heal it. Yes, we can feel sorry for what happened, but it cannot be repaired immediately. So, in a circumstance like that, one needs to stay in the pain. One needs to stay with the feeling of a little bit of shame. In this shame, shame actually works as a reparative emotion. Something that I did that caused harm or hurt to the other person, and I know that I did that. There will be shame involved. In this case, and I cannot immediately say sorry and cure the harm. But in this case, I need to sit with it. What I did, why I did, what was I going to achieve with what I did. So the first step is to sit with yourself with compassion and listen to yourself. If you have done something, if the other person has done something to you, you need to take time to feel the pain or the hurt that has caused. Yes, it is very much genuine that the other person has caused hurt. It is not easy for you to forgive immediately, and it is fine. You do not need to forgive right away. You need to sit with it. In order to forgive, you have to be at a place where your wound has somehow healed and you have somehow understood that the other person, the intention of the other person was not wrong, or maybe whatever the other person did, it was coming from a place um, of a need of that person that was not fulfilled, or some other intention that the person had, or the other person did not know how to handle the situation in a different way. So when forgiveness comes in play, um, it requires a lot of compassion and understanding. Before forgiving, um, we need to follow the same steps with someone else as we need to do with ourselves when we have to forgive. We need to ask some questions when we are ready, of course, when the pain is healed. We need to ask some questions that what were the forces acting on the person that hurt us or us at the time that we or they um, took that action that caused hurt and pain. What were the emotions they were sitting with? What were their intentions behind it? What were they trying to achieve? Or what were we trying to achieve? What was driving them or us? What was unavailable that we or they needed? So something they did um, in good intentions, but it hurt us. But they must be looking for something, and that might have been unavailable to them. That is why they reacted in a certain way that caused harm. Or if we did something that we regret, we can ask ourselves. So if we acted in a certain way that was not in the best interest of ours or other people, what was something that was unavailable to us? What information was unavailable to us? And how I could do things differently? What do I need to do things differently? So these are the few questions that we can sit with us and ask ourselves when we are trying to forgive ourselves or if we are trying to forgive the other person. But please remember, we are human beings. We live in this 3D plane and we have emotions. We are here to interact with people. Um, Meditation, enlightenment, it means we have to engage with people. And at least for me, that is what I have understood in life, that we have to engage with people, that we have to understand our relations with people, what we like and dislike in others. Whatever we like and dislike in others is a representation of our own likes and dislikes. Whatever we hate or dislike in others is a reflection of our own shadow. It brings us our own shadow forward. And accepting others truly the way they are leads us to compassion and understanding, and hence it becomes easier for us to forgive people, where we can understand that okay, they were coming from a place which was where the intentions were not um, to hurt or create harm. So that was what I wanted to share today. So I wanted to put a word of caution in the end that sometimes when we are understanding the matters of the heart, or we are understanding about ourselves, it is we get into initially we get into a cycle of trying to fix ourselves. But whenever we are learning about ourselves, we have to be compassionate and accepting that okay, we have flaws, and okay, we have some things that need to be worked on. Um, but we are not a machinery to be fixed. We are human beings with emotions. We need to sit with the pain. We need to sit with the grief. We need to cry. We need to laugh about things and take things a little bit lightly when understanding ourselves. So thank you. Thank you,
So,
PNC Africa. Thank you, Ramaji.
so thank you, sir. I think it's very important for us to, first of all, we should understand ourselves. And then, as you said, we are human beings. We should accept pros and cons of every thing happened with us and stay with that and try to come out of that with your guidance you had given for forgiveness and love. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. And Mamta ma'am, if there is any question, please. So,
The session was wonderful, uh, and I think I don't have any questions, but yeah, the session was very nice.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it was very informative and very organized session, sir. Yeah, Your hard work behind the session was really visible.
Yeah,
Great.
and
Thank
it's
you.
really very informative, and we had learned a lot from it.
Right, right. It's a pity
Yeah.
that like people did not know about this session, but I hope that after on the YouTube, there will be a lot of people appreciating.
Yeah, it will reach wherever it has to.
Yes, that's what. That's what. Yeah. Those people who have to be here, they will be here in time, you know.
Yes.
Everyone has it. So that's great.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yes.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank you, sir. Thank
Thank
you.
you for the wonderful session.
Pleasure.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, then.
Yes.
Good night at your end. What time is it in Africa?
Yeah,
I see we are in India.
India.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
We are in
Right,
India,
right.
but yeah, we are associated with PMC Africa. That's it.
Yeah.
There are
Okay.
audience which come to this channel from Africa as well, but not
Mhm.
today, I guess.
Okay. So I
Maybe
think
somehow it is uh, it has come like this only today.
okay. I think it's about 7 or 8 p.m. there, 8 to 9
I
p.m.
think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there are so many time zones.
Yeah.
So many time zones. So different countries have different times. So no idea. In Nigeria and Kenya and other countries, so there are different times.
Yeah, this group is associated with
The
many
whole of
other,
the continent.
yeah,
Yeah.
whole
Great work.
continents. So
Yeah.
Great,
maybe they
great.
have
I
their
hope your
own,
word reaches to many people there in Africa too.
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. I really hope it reaches there because we are giving the vibes and this thing in meditation. We are giving the
Okay.
intentions always that whatever we are doing should reach to everybody in every house in Africa. So I hope that whatever information was there today, so wonderfully put, should reach there. Yes. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you very much. Take
Thank
care.
you. Thank you so much.
thank you, sir.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
So, Mamta ma'am, you are ending the session or I
Yeah.
will end?
Yeah. It's okay.